up off me and watch you lose. Snoop Dogg is on the mic, I'm giving Madden blues. And if you choose to run up on me, you gon' get laid out so fast, cause I can get you.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, at Heinz Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the San Francisco 49ers and the Pittsburgh Steelers. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go! We're going to sign. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Darnold on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Back to throw, Darnold. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Well, someone came to play today.
Well, there's no doubt about it. We heard about it all week, didn't we? Especially when we visited practice. He thought he had a good matchup in front of him, and he's taking full advantage right now.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Darnold now to throw. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Let's go. 60 or. Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
He'll come out throwing here on 1st down. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Rebut. Watch the safety creep. Check 24. Check 24. Check. Lucky. Check. Check hot route. Check Nick.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield.
You ran into a brick wall, baby. You ran into a brick wall, baby. Set 90 Wolf. Bandit.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. Finding some room at midfield. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there. Getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his legs.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 8. On the screen, this is Coleman. Breaks the tackle, he's got room to run. 27 yards there, a first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Ready, ready! 18 Gator. Hard. Stand. Switch. Check line. Defense.
They'll run with Coleman on first down. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the Steelers' 14-yard line.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
I'm coming after you. Mike, 55. Right there.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. George Kittle, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
This fielded at the 2. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion, guys are a little bit jumpy. Oh, yeah, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Lady. Mike's 50,
Darnold. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make it second down. He felt the pressure coming there. That was a good job of just making something out of nothing, so to speak.
Yeah, took the hit and still made the play. You know, when we talk about runners, all right, and on running plays, runs after contact, we call that getting dirty yards, tough, gritty runs. To me, that's like the version of a dirty pass. He knows he's going to get smacked, yet still delivers the football and picks up good yardage.
It's a loss of 2, now third down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Check. Watch 54. Let's get it together, defense.
Throwing here on third down, Darnold. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. So instead of fourth down, first down.
Well, so much for winning the down you put a lot of emphasis on because third down is key for offense and defense. Instead, you're going to stay on the field and start a new set of downs.
A first down throw, Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
Hey, box drop.
To throw is Darnold. And he's going to go down again.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Hey, take your socks off back to home. Socks off back there, huh?
First and second down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big.
54. Hey, you. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. And it's complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 25-yard line.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Silver.
On first and 10, Darnold. Now they go screen. It's complete. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's second down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Wide, get wide.
Here's Darnold. And this is caught by Evans. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7.
Come on, boy. You better.
Darnold to throw again. And it's down by Washington. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Washington. First and goal at the 7-yard line.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Niners 7, Steelers 0.
Mike's 5-4. Hey, lady. Coming up to you.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
Pretty quiet, defense.
Now it's Darnold. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Dallas Goedert, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And Potter, they found a gap there on the post pattern in the middle of the end zone.
And ordinarily, that's a tough spot to find because there's usually coverage to take away that portion of the field. But they found a gap, and they exploited it.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is fielded at the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Get ready. Get ready.
At their own 29-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And for them to touchdown their last go-around, obviously they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A gain of 3, second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
A gain of 4. And it's third down.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on third down. Looking to throw. Able to haul it in is Kittle. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
First down.
Let's go now. 15, line. 15, line. Watch the block, watch the block, watch the block. Smooth. Watch the block, watch the block, block, block. Mike 50, Mike 50. Shoot.
They'll look to throw here on first down. That'll be complete to Breida. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make someone miss in the open field.
And this is quick. A spectacular one-handed grab there. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Check 26, check 29.
That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
Here we go, here we go. 60 or. X3. 218, chopper. Slam. Hey, Sam on. Hit it.
On second down, a run with Breida. He takes this for about 6, down inside the 40.
They've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
60 Pittsburgh. Blue ball Corker. Tight dog. Hey, watch it. Big gas. Hey, Saul. Check 52. Ready.
On third down, a run from Breida. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have.
Set, ready. 90 Wolf. Team showed up. 25. Check 25. Gone. Check 3. Hey. High 7.
They'll run on first down. It's Coleman. And he's got room. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
On the ready.
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
Hey, lock it.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there. Of course you're going to give it to him.
Jim. Check 37.
Get it.
On second and goal, they'll give it to him again. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on third and goal. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal? They're going to look to throw. Touchdown, 49ers. They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns third and goal into a touchdown. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. On first down, Darnold. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
To throw again on second down. Darnold. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier Howard. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Weapon.
Mike 55.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them.
Come on, set. 60 outlaw.
I smell fear in that offense.
Look, squeeze.
Watch the twist. Watch the
Now.
Now a give coming right is Breida. They get 1 yard back there to make it 2nd and 14.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
At the 43-yard line.
30 base.
Get in the weight room.
Bridgestone, travel.
Second and 14. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up the third down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
8, read. Watching the ball.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. Let's go.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. And he's got some space here. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Deebo Samuel, his second touchdown on the season. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you just said. They haven't made anything happen offensively. Getting ready to go.
He's got it in, complete. And they finally get him the night before he reaches the 33-yard line.
I think it's pretty safe to say that initially they had to be thinking about trying to get into field goal range. But after that shot right there, they've got to be thinking bigger right now.
And that was probably their thought offensively. If we hit this, great, let's go for the end zone. If not, settle for a field goal. Looks like they can try to hit pay dirt. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's Darnold. And that's complete to Cooks. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains. And really, it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised if they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Darnold, and he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Dallas Goedert in the final seconds of the first half, as they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score. Well, this could be a big turnaround. They get the touchdown here in the final moments of the second quarter. And remember, Charles, they're going to get the ball to start quarter number 3 as well.
So what you're saying is if they take the ball down to start the second half and score again, it could change the entire complexion of this game, couldn't it?
Absolutely. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Ready, break.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have the lead now. They'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Jones. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
On first down, it's Evans. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Young lady, mine's 54.
On 2nd down and 4, Darnold, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Eddie Jackson picks it. He's had it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
That's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept the pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but, boy, he's playing really well.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what do we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. 2nd and 9 now from the 21. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Here we go. 18 Gator. 55. Squeeze, double. You go tight. Defense.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. They'll get this into the hands of Breida. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
61. Matchbox light. Let's get there. Check 31. Go out. Crunch. Get it.
On 1st down, here's Breida. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid game. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
60 Pittsburgh. It's going to be a long 6-6. Pull it high. Under 10. 10. Check 3. Check it out, read. 36. Shift.
They run again with Breida. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
90 Wolf. Strip that ball. Yo, faster.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. That's to his running back, complete. No gain at all on the play there, and that brings up 4th. They couldn't get anything going there out on the right side of the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
We
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now Darnold runs through the contact. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Quan Alexander in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And a throw right sideline is complete. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Here comes Pettis on the return. It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on it.
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. Touchdown, 49ers. Matt Breida with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game to be in the second half no matter what. Those first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They're the punt from deep inside their own territory, which means...
And nothing but down. They'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Back.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
On first down, it's Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now off the bootleg, Darnold. And his throw here is incomplete. Credit that breakup to Greedy Williams.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, Get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Throwing again is Darnold. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. Now the screen only good for 3 that time, and it'll bring up a 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now, as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory.
Ready, set.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play. Something in the air, deep ball. Not them just taking it. Big-time jaunt. Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Stick down. Check, stick down. Fair. Check down.
On play action, they'll throw. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
No. Watch out. Check 99. Check 3.
Running out of the gun here, Breida. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield. They knew they were going to have great field position, went all out, got a little too aggressive.
And you have to understand your angles. They're cut down. When they're that backed up, you've got to be careful going after him.
So a big break. The roughing the kicker called on 4th down leads to 1st and 10. Breida, he'll try the right side. He's got a 1st down past the 30 and all the way out to the 35-yard line. It'll go as a 1st down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16.
1st down, San Francisco.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some.
Ready.
They'll run on 1st down. Coleman. And some room to maneuver. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
1st down, 49ers.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38.
Say. Switch.
And to give this time to the tailback. Oh, his first carry, he loses the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble. That could have been trouble.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it. And somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
Now it's Breida. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. They run with Breida, and the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. Now this one now not over yet, Charles. You've got a sliver of hope on that other sideline.
You certainly do, because that would have made it a 3-score game, and that probably would have been curtains at that point. But now if they can get down the field quickly and somehow get the ball back one more time, we may have a different ball game.
Play action. It's Darnold. He's going to look deep down the field. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Going up top. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. The Steelers on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw, Darnold. He's got Evans. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a 1st down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete. Adrian Colbert, he was right there in coverage.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Hey, team 6. Team 6. 54. All day, baby, all day.
Flat comes in. This might be a free play. Got an open man. It's Washington. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. But I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Again, Darnold. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Mike 54.
Crunch down, defense.
Throwing here on third down. Darnold. This is caught. It's close. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 14.
25 yards on the play. That's good for us Steelers.
Darnold for the red zone now. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Quan Alexander, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15. They'll run it with Jones. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Darnold. And that is caught. But the back judge right there to say incomplete.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. And here we go on 4th. Darnold. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. D4. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. There to stop him, Terrell Edmonds.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Check hot route. Hot spot.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
Ready? 9:55. Hey, eat.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
Now.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
A loss of a yard. Brings up 4th down.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time.